Hello everyone, and welcome to my second Java video tutorial. In this video we're actually going to be writing Java code. So in order to get started, let's go ahead and double click on this Eclipse icon. And this right here is your workspace. It's where all of your files and projects will be saved. And I'm okay with this directory, so I'll go ahead and click OK. And you should be seeing a page that looks something like this. We don't need this page right here, so we'll go ahead and click out of it. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and click on File, then New, and then Java Project. We'll go ahead and call our new project Practice Project. And as you can see, here's our new practice project. We'll go ahead and right click on that and then go to New and then Class. We'll type in Practice Class. Okay, now just a quick overview on Eclipse. We're just going to be focusing on 3 different sections on here. Okay, the first is this Package Explorer, which is located on the left side of the screen. And right here, you'll pretty much, this is for navigating through your different projects. This is where you'll find all your different files, all your imported projects, all of that stuff. All your files and everything, it's all located here on the left side for easy access. And then here towards the middle, right here, this is where we're actually going to be writing our code. Okay. And then down here, this is our console window, and whenever we run an application and it outputs something on the screen, and we'll see it down here. Okay, so again, it's just this Package Explorer on the left side, right here in the middle, which is where we'll be writing our code, and then down here, our console window. All right, so I know what you're thinking. What is this class that we just added to our project? What is a class? All right, so there's no a real easy way to explain what a class is, but I'll do my best. A class is pretty much a blueprint, okay? It's a blueprint for creating objects. Now, I know that doesn't mean a whole lot, so just know that a class consists of attributes, behavior, and constructors. Now that, again, that doesn't mean a whole lot. I think the best thing to do is just to dive right in, and just start writing code. All right, so what we're actually going to be doing now is we're going to be adding a behavior to our class. Like I mentioned just moments ago, that a class can contain attributes, behavior, and constructors. And the main goal of a class is to be able to create objects out of that class, just like a cake, right? So if you have, for example, the ingredients to a cake, right, you can make multiple cakes out of it. Anyway, if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, it'll make sense later once we go through a couple of examples. So let's go ahead and create our behavior, right, or our method, and we do this by typing in public static void main, okay, and then we do open parentheses. And once you type in the open parentheses, Eclipse is so freaking cool that it'll go ahead and it'll do the close parentheses for you. And inside of these parentheses, we'll go ahead and do capital S, lowercase t, R, ing, open bracket, close bracket, space, args, okay? And then right outside that close parentheses, we'll go ahead and do an open curly brace. And then once you hit enter, Eclipse is so freaking cool. It'll go ahead and create that closing curly brace for you. So you shouldn't be seeing any squiggly lines or anything like that, like this. If you're seeing a squiggly line or a red mark or something like that, something's wrong. So make sure it looks exactly like this. Go ahead and pause the video, make sure it looks just like that. All right, so inside of our main method, okay, now think of these as boxes, okay? I think that's an easier way of seeing things. Think of this class as a box, and inside of this box, right, inside of this class, you're gonna see a method, which is another box. So we're seeing two boxes in here. There's the big box, and then there's the little box inside, okay? See? All right, so inside of this main method, okay, that means inside of here, we're gonna type in system with a capital S dot out, O-U-T, right, dot print, P-R-I-N-T, L-N, and then open parentheses, and again, Eclipse will create the close parentheses for you. And then right after the close parentheses, go ahead and add a semicolon there. Now, inside of these parentheses, let's go ahead and write quotes. And inside these quotes, you write whatever you want. People usually like to write hello world. I think that's kind of stupid. Everyone does that. So let's just go ahead and write, you know, what's up or something. You can write anything. You can write your name on there if you want. So once we run this, and by the way, you run this by clicking on this green button up here, and then you click OK, and it should output this at the bottom, or the console window. You might have the console window somewhere else on here. You could always move it by just dragging and dropping it, but mine is down here. So it should say something like what's up. All right, and if it does say whatever you wrote in the quotes, then you're an excellent programmer. A+, 100%, no errors. You're on your way to making $1 million, I promise. All right, so question is, what the hell does all of this mean? Because it does not make any sense to me. All right, so I want to do my best to explain it. So we have our class here, right? And inside of this class, we have our method. Now we can create different methods inside of our class. We can have 3, we can have 5, we can have 10, or we can have 100. All right, so the thing about this main method is that every application can only have one main method. In fact, it needs at least one main method. I mean, you can't have 2 main methods, but you need that one main method. The reason you need this main method is because that is where the application starts reading code from. Okay? In other words, if we had another method here, right? If we had some more code here, here, it wouldn't care about that stuff. It just reads everything that is inside the main method. So whatever is inside the main method is what is going to be executed, okay? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, but if it doesn't, you know, I promise it'll make a lot more sense later. Let's go ahead and start looking at the header. So the header for this class on here, okay, this public just means that if I had multiple classes on here, okay, if it wasn't public, if it was something like private, I couldn't access the code of a class that is private. Because this is public, any other class can go ahead and access data from there. Okay? This right here just means that we're creating a class. We're telling the computer, hey man, we're creating a class, okay? And whatever follows it is the name. We could call this Samsung or Lenovo or whatever we want. You could call this Poopy Head or something. It doesn't matter. This is the name that you're giving the class. And that's all you really need. You need the public to let it know, hey, we're okay sharing our code with other classes. The second thing on here is we need to let the computer know that this is a class and the name. And then down here on our method, it's kind of similar, okay? Public just means that, again, you can it can be accessed outside, okay? And I'll go over this in another video when we start looking at scope. The static on here just means that we don't need to create an object in order to use this method, okay? We can call this method right away. This void just means that it's not going to return anything once it's done executing, okay? So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, hold on. This did return something. It returned this what's up. It didn't return what's up. It actually just output it on the console window. It's not returning it, but instead it's just outputting it onto the console window. So void just means it's not going to return anything. If this method were to add two numbers, and you'd probably want to return the sum, right? We'll go over a couple examples once we get to our math. Video tutorial. Main is just the name of the method, and you can't call your other methods main. Main is kind of a reserved keyword for this special method that every application needs. And then the string brackets args, this is just for inputting data. I wouldn't really worry about that too much right now. This is, in fact, you know what, if you don't understand any of this stuff, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to give you guys like a quick summary, and I completely understand if you don't understand you know, everything at 100% right now. And you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. I'm just trying to kind of give you guys a quick idea on stuff. And then this system.out.println, it's just a command that lets you output something onto the screen or onto the console. All right, so that's pretty much it. I know things are a little vague right now, but in the next tutorials, we're definitely going to be diving in and learning a lot more. And I promise you, believe me, I promise you that this will all start making sense after a couple videos. All right, so again, my name is Andre. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video tutorial. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, blah, 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 all this and that. Thank you, and take care. Bye.